Hello, it's Lawrence Romanosky from Calgary, Canada, and my daughter Autumn here. We are going to do a Land Rover restoration, aren't we, honey? Yeah, you go organize those, okay? So you've seen the previous installments. Last time we had the rolling chassis that was sandblasted and repaired, and then I said I was going to get everything coated, and so that's what this is. It's a bit of a mess, but bear with me. First the chassis, and it came back really nice. I'll probably lug it out in the sun a little bit later and get you a better picture of it. But you can see the finish is gorgeous on it. Okay, and then all this stuff here, those are individual parts. Some of it is cadmium plating, which is the white silver or powdery silver finish. And then the brighter stuff is the brighter smooth stuff is a zinc electroplating, and then this stuff is hot dipped galvanizing, which is also zinc. But when you hot dip it, you get a completely different finish than if you electroplate it. And you can see that it's got that it's got a more of a powdery sort of well, I don't know how to describe it, a rougher texture anyway than the perfectly smooth zinc. Anyway, I used the hot dip galvanizing for mostly the larger pieces. I used the zinc when I had a mechanism, and you can't really the hot dip galvanizing is a lot thicker, and so you can't use it when you get a mechanism. It would never work again. The electroplating is much thinner. So I've got, you know, the door hardware, you know, the hood hardware, you know, the seat runners, various brackets. These are for the lockers and the front box, and basically anything that moves or needs to move. I did in the zinc. The stuff that needs more protection, that would be could be more subject to road salt. Not that I'm ever going to drive it in the salt, but on the exterior of the car, these are splash guards that go in the inner front fenders. Of course, that's the grill. This is for the front capstan winch. All of that was galvanized, and then the Rovers would have had the galvanizing on the door tops, which are these pieces here. And so that was all, you know, the rivets were taken out, and that was all re-galvanized. And there's various hardware pieces. You know, that goes on the frame to support the steering box and the bulkhead starting handle. These two buckets have the fasteners, which are cadmium plated in silver, and you can see that and categorize all of that. I've just gotten started on that, and Autumn's helping me. Are you helping me, honey? Okay. All right. These are the suspension bolts, and then I've got. Okay, let's just go through all the coatings. I've got some parts left to paint. That's the part of the heater assembly, so that's been sandblasted, but it needs paint. This has all been, that's the window support for the rear of the truck cab, and then behind that the front window, so that's been re-galvanized. This is waiting for paint. It's been shot blasted but not painted yet. This was a new fabrication for the battery box under the driver's seat, so that was galvanized, and then the front grille was also galvanized, and then I've got two bulkheads that were repaired and galvanized as well, and that's the structure for under the front hood, which was also galvanized. Okay, so I took everything apart that I could and coated it. I still have a little bit more work to do, and then you know, I've been collecting parts for the car for some time, and so, you know, everything from gasket kits, rebuild kits for different axles, you know, just labels for the engine bay over here. I've got all the brakes, the new old stock brakes, and new brake reservoirs, stainless brake lines, new brake kit for the car, so that's in there. I've got axle parts, new old stock swivel balls. I don't know if you can see them down there, but new old stock swivel balls and careful, honey. Oh, hang on. Careful, honey. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Watch that sharp edge. Okay, stand up. Okay, you're all right. All right. You got my little daughter sorted out. Okay, new shocks, transmission mounts, ball joints. All of a sudden, okay, we got all that done. We have wiring harness, gauges, well, everything really. Nuts and bolts and cables and all kinds of parts in there. A new stainless fuel tank, all the new rubbers and boots for the shift lever and handbrake. These are mud flaps. These are new old stock side steps for the car. We've got weather stripping and window channels. More box of weather stripping. We have more brake parts, axle check straps. We have all the lights. Cars, so we got all the lights. And so slowly collecting all the parts and then disassembling the rest of the car, coating everything, and then waiting for this theoretical glorious time when I've got all the new parts laid out and I've got everything coated properly, and then in like 2 days we can just bolt the whole thing back together again. I'm not sure when that'll happen, or if it'll happen, but anyway, I'm just working toward that right now. So I thought you'd appreciate the update on the coatings. Still have more work to do. Those are all the window channels and stuff that need to be cleaned up. Still some painting to do, and then of course the body panels are all somewhere else. Okay, so with that, that's an installation. Lawrence Romanosky, Autumn, from Calgary, Canada. Thank you very much. I hope that was interesting.